The legends awaken. Captain Zauron of the Krell Imperium was patrolling the outer rim of the galaxy when the scanners on his battle cruiser detected an anomaly. A massive ship, unlike any he had ever seen, appeared briefly on the screen before disappearing without a trace. The ship was colossal, dwarfing Zauron's cruiser, and it sent a chill down his spine. The legends were true. The humans had returned. The Krell had always feared this day. Humanity had been a myth, a cautionary tale told to young Krell about the ancient species that once ruled the galaxy. According to the records, humans had been destroyed in a cataclysmic war 40,000 years ago, and the few survivors had vanished into the far reaches of space. But now, their return signaled doom for the Krell and their empire. Determined to uncover the truth, Zauron reported the sighting to Krell High Command. He knew that this human ship was not just a ghost from the past. It was a harbinger of something much more dangerous. The Krell had mere days to discover the humans' intentions and stop them, or prepare to kneel before humanity's resurgent vengeance. Zauron couldn't let that happen. He locked himself in his quarters, poring over ancient records and searching for clues. The more he read, the more his curiosity grew. The humans were more than just a legend. They had once ruled a vast empire, their technology far surpassing anything the Krell had ever seen. But what had caused their downfall? And could they still be out there, waiting to return and reclaim their lost empire? Zauron's search led him to a remote planet on the edge of the galaxy, a planet that had once been a thriving human settlement. It was a long shot, but it was the only lead he had. He set a course for the planet, his heart pounding with anticipation. When they arrived, Zauron found only ruins. The remnants of a once great civilization lay in crumbling buildings and overgrown streets. But as he explored, he discovered artifacts, pieces of technology that were far beyond anything the Krell had ever created. Zauron marveled at their complexity and sophistication. The humans were real, and they were a threat to the Krell Imperium. With these artifacts in hand, Zauron knew that he had to find the humans and stop them before it was too late. The hunt was on. The hunt begins. Captain Zauron stood on the bridge of his ship, staring out at the vast expanse of space before him. Weeks had passed since he first discovered the human artifacts, and he had been searching tirelessly for any sign of the legendary humans. But so far, his efforts had yielded nothing. His first officer, Grak, approached him with a concerned look on his face. "Captain, the crew is growing restless. They feel that we've been neglecting our duties in pursuit of this obsession of yours." Zauron's jaw clenched. "It is not an obsession. It is a mission of the utmost importance. The humans could pose a threat to our entire empire." Grak shook his head. "With all due respect, Captain, there is no evidence to support that claim. The humans have been gone for thousands of years. Even if they did still exist, what makes you think they would be a threat to us?" Zauron slammed his fist down on the console, causing Grak to flinch. "You didn't see what I saw on that planet. The technology they possessed was beyond anything we have ever encountered. If they were to return, they could wipe us out in a matter of days." Before Grak could respond, the communications console beeped. Zauron strode over and pressed a button, his eyes widening as he read the message that appeared on the screen. "It's from High Command. They are ordering me to abandon my investigation and return to Krell space immediately." Grak looked relieved. "Then we should do as they say, Captain. This search has gone on long enough." Zauron shook his head, a determined look on his face. "No, I will not abandon this mission, not when we are so close to the truth." He turned to face his crew. "I know that many of you have doubts about what we are doing here, but I assure you, this is not some wild goose chase. The humans are real, and they are out there somewhere. And if we don't find them first, someone else will." There was a moment of silence, then Grak stepped forward. "I'm with you, Captain, to the end." One by one, the rest of the crew stepped forward as well, their faces set with determination. Zauron felt a surge of pride as he looked out at his loyal crew. Then it settled. "We will continue our search, no matter the cost." With that, he began to plot a new course. He knew he was taking a great risk by defying his superiors, but he also knew that he could not turn back now. Not when he was so close to uncovering the greatest mystery in the history of the galaxy, a dangerous alliance. Days passed as Zaron and his crew ventured deeper into uncharted space. The crew was on edge, their nerves frayed from the constant stress of being in unknown territory, but Zaron remained focused on the scanners, searching for any sign of the humans. Suddenly, the ship's sensors began to beep urgently. Zaron leaned forward, his heart pounding as a blip appeared on the screen. It was a ship, but not like any he had ever seen before. It was massive, shimmering with strange, iridescent metal. Zaron's first instinct was to approach the ship and try to make contact, but before he could give the order, the communications console crackled to life. A deep, gravelly voice filled the bridge, sending shivers down Zaron's spine. "Attention, Krell vessel," the voice said, its tone menacing. "This is Zorgan, leader of the Black Star Pirates. You are trespassing in our territory. Surrender now or be destroyed." Zoran's eyes narrowed. He had heard of Zorgan and his band of ruthless pirates, but he had never encountered them before. He knew that they were not to be trifled with, but he also knew that he could not back down now. "This is Captain Zoran of the Krell Imperium," he said, his voice firm. "We mean you no harm. We are on a mission of great importance, and we request safe passage through your territory." There was a moment of silence, then Zorgan's voice came again, this time with a hint of amusement. "A mission of great importance, you say? And what might that be?" Zoran hesitated, unsure of how much to reveal, but he knew that he needed Zorgan's help if he was going to continue his search. "We are searching for a lost species known as the humans. We believe they may have left behind technology and artifacts that could be of great value to us." Zorgan laughed, a harsh, grating sound. "The humans? You're chasing a myth, Captain. But I'll tell you what, I've heard of your little quest and I'm intrigued. If you're willing to share any technology or treasure you might find, I'll help you out. But if you try to double-cross me, I'll blast you out of the sky faster than you can blink." Zoran gritted his teeth. He didn't trust Zorgan, but he had no choice. "Very well," he said, his voice tight. "We have a deal. But I warn you, Zorgan, if you betray us, you will regret it." Zorgan laughed again. "I like your spirit, Captain, but don't worry. I'll always keep my word. Now let's get moving. We've got a lot of ground to cover." The two ships set off together, venturing into the unknown depths of space. Zaran knew that he was taking a great risk by allying himself with a pirate, but he also knew that he would do whatever it took to find the humans and uncover the truth behind their disappearance. Into the anomaly. As the two ships flew deeper into uncharted space, Zaran could feel a sense of excitement building within him. He was one step closer to his goal, and with Zorgan and his pirates by his side, he knew that he had a fighting chance of succeeding. But their journey was not without danger. Suddenly, the ship's sensors detected a massive energy anomaly ahead. A swirling vortex of green light, pulsing with an eerie energy, loomed before them. Zorgan's voice crackled over the comm. "What in the void is that?" "I don't know," Zaran replied, his eyes fixed on the vortex. "But we don't have a choice. We have to go through it." He gave the order, and the ship lurched forward, plunging into the heart of the anomaly. The crew braced themselves as the ship shook and shuddered, the hull groaning under the strain. Just as suddenly as it had begun, the turbulence stopped, and the ship emerged on the other side of the anomaly. Before them lay a vast expanse of space, dotted with the ruins of ancient ships and stations. It was like a graveyard, a testament to some long-forgotten battle. "What is this place?" Zorgan whispered, awe in his voice. "I don't know," Zaran replied, "but I have a feeling we're about to find out." Suddenly, the ship's sensors beeped again, and Zaran's heart leaped into his throat. A massive ship, larger than anything he had ever seen, was approaching. Its design was unmistakable. This was a human ship, and it was headed straight for them. The message. The massive human ship loomed before them, its sleek, angular design sending a chill down Zaren's spine. He had found what he was looking for, but now that he was face to face with the legendary humans, he couldn't shake the feeling that he had made a grave mistake. The ship's comms crackled to life, and a calm, emotionless voice filled the bridge. "Attention, Krell vessel. This is the human battleship Eternal Resolve. You have entered restricted space. State your intentions or be destroyed." Zaren's mouth went dry. This was it, the moment of truth. He took a deep breath and stepped forward. "This is Captain Zaren of the Krell Imperium. We mean you no harm. We seek knowledge of your people and your technology." There was a long pause, and Zaren's heart pounded in his chest. Finally, the voice spoke again. "Your request has been noted. Stand by for further instructions." The communication ended, leaving Zaren and his crew in tense silence. Minutes passed, and then the ship's sensors detected a transmission from the human ship. It was a single encrypted message, and Zaren felt a sense of dread as he opened it. The message was brief, but its meaning was clear. 40,000 years ago, we fell. We have returned. Run." Zaren stared at the message in disbelief. The humans had not only survived, but they were stronger than ever. And now they were issuing a warning that sent a chill down his spine. Zorgan's voice crackled over the comm. "What does it mean, Captain? What are they planning?" Zoran shook his head, his mind racing. "I don't know, but whatever it is, it's not good." Suddenly, the human ship began to move, its engines flaring to life. It was heading straight for the anomaly, and Zaren knew that they had to follow. He gave the order, and the Krell ship, along with Zorgan's pirates, plunged back into the swirling vortex. As they emerged on the other side, they found themselves in a different part of space. The human ship was gone, but the message remained, burned into Zaren's mind. The humans were back, and they were issuing a dire warning. The revelation, the return trip through the anomaly, had left the crew shaken and disoriented. Zaren could see the unease in their faces as they tried to make sense of what they had just witnessed. The message from the human ship echoed in their minds like a dark omen. They had been searching for answers, but the answers they found only deepened the mystery. Zaren called a meeting with his officers. The cramped war room felt even smaller as the crew gathered around the central table, the dim lighting casting long shadows across their tense faces. Grak spoke first, his voice carrying the uncertainty that everyone felt. "Captain, what do we do now? We found the humans, but their message, what does it mean?" Zoran leaned over the table, his fingers tracing the outline of the Krell star map. "It means they're back, and they're warning us. But why? Why would they tell us to run? They must be planning something big." One of the junior officers, a young Krell named Relak, hesitated before speaking up. "Captain, what if they're not warning us because they're planning an attack? What if they're warning us because they're trying to protect us from something?" The room fell silent as the idea sank in. Zaren had been so focused on the humans as a threat that he hadn't considered the possibility that they might be trying to help. But what could be so dangerous that even the humans, with their advanced technology and power, felt the need to warn others? Zorgan's voice cut through the silence as he appeared on the holoscreen, his face displaying a mix of curiosity and suspicion. "You Krell are always so quick to assume the worst. Maybe the humans have a reason for telling you to run. Maybe there's something out there that even they fear." Zaren clenched his fists, his mind racing. "We need more information. We need to find out what the humans are planning and why they're warning us. If there's a threat out there, we need to know what it is." Zorgan grinned, his sharp teeth glinting in the light. "Well then, Captain, it looks like we're in this together. Let's see where this mystery takes us." With that, the crew set a course for the nearest Krell outpost, hoping to gather more intelligence. Zaren knew that time was running out. The humans were back, and whatever they were warning about was coming closer. The final confrontation. The Krell outpost was a hive of activity as Zaren's ship docked. The news of the human message had already spread, causing widespread panic among the Krell leadership. Zaran met with the High Command, presenting the human artifacts and relaying the ominous message. The council chamber was filled with tense voices as the Krell leaders debated their next move. Some advocated for an immediate military response, while others urged caution, fearing that any aggressive action might provoke the humans into launching a preemptive strike. Zoran remained silent, his mind focused on the larger question: what was the threat the humans were warning about? He had a feeling that the answer lay not in fighting the humans, but in understanding their message. As the debate raged on, Zoran's comm beeped with an incoming transmission. It was from Zorgan, who had been running his own investigation. "Captain, I think I've found something. There's an ancient Krell archive that might hold the key to this mystery, but it's heavily guarded and getting in won't be easy." Zoran's eyes narrowed. "Where is it?" "It's on a classified military base, deep in Krell space. If you want answers, we'll have to go there ourselves." Zoran made his decision. He turned to the High Command and informed them of his plan. Despite their protests, he knew that time was of the essence. The humans had warned them to run, but Zoran needed to know what they were running from. The journey to the military base was fraught with tension. Zoran and his crew knew that they were risking everything by going against the Krell leadership, but they had come too far to turn back now. When they arrived, Zorgan's pirates created a diversion, allowing Zoran and a small team to infiltrate the base. The archive was buried deep underground, protected by layers of security. But Zoran's determination and Zorgan's expertise in subterfuge got them through. Inside the archive, they discovered ancient records detailing a weapon of unimaginable power, a weapon created by the humans long ago to fight an enemy that threatened the entire galaxy. The weapon had been sealed away, but now, with the humans' return, it was awakening. As Zoran read the final entry in the archive, his blood ran cold. The weapon wasn't just a tool of destruction, it was alive, and it was coming for them all. The humans' message wasn't a warning of their return, it was a warning of the weapon they had unleashed. Zoran's voice was grim as he addressed his team. "We have to get this information to the High Command. If we don't, the entire galaxy is doomed." But before they could leave, the ground shook violently, and alarms blared throughout the base. The weapon had awoken, and it was coming for them. Zoran and his team raced back to their ship, with Zorgan's pirates covering their escape. As they lifted off, Zoran sent the information to the Krell High Command, hoping that they could stop the weapon before it was too late. As the ship soared into space, Zoran's thoughts turned to the humans. They had tried to warn the galaxy, but now it was up to the Krell to stop the threat that had been unleashed. The final battle was about to begin.
Get